So the first thing I need you to do before we actually do the activity, I explain what it's about, is I want you to find somebody who's roughly your height and pair up with them. So do that now. Get into pairs.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be perfect yet. You guys work well together. So we need one more person. No, we got an extra.
Yeah, that's
All right, perfect. Okay.
Yep.
I could. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
So we're going to do an activity now that actually comes from martial arts. And so this is actually from Aikido. And it's a way of understanding our body energy and our mental set and how it all fits together. And it's about understanding the reactive and the creative as well. So I need somebody who would be willing to be a volunteer that I can demonstrate this with in front of the rest of the group before you actually practice it. Thank you, Doug. If you could turn and face the camera, that would be good. So what I'd like you to do, Doug, is put your arms out to the side, straight out, right? Good, and turn your palms up. Great. Okay, if I touch you?
Yep.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one hand under your wrist and one hand on top of your bicep. Okay. All right. My job here, my challenge is to bend your elbow, your arm and the elbow. Okay. So relax a little bit. Relax. Just relax. It's going to look like that. I want to just bend your elbow.
Okay.
And your job is to keep me from doing that.
Okay.
All right? You're going to resist it. You're going to fight with everything you've got to keep me from bending your elbow at all.
Okay.
Okay, got it?
Got it.
Okay. By the way, do you have any orthopedic issues I should know about?
Not until after this exercise.
Okay. keep your palm up. Okay. Ready? Here we
Yes.
go. Come on, don't fight me, man. Come on, push
I
back.
don't fall over.
Push back. All right, great. Woo! Shake it out. That's right, shake it out.
Shake it out.
Nice work.
Thank you.
That was serious work.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this again, but this time let's do it a different way. Let's do it with a thought experiment, okay? So put your arms back out the way you had them initially, and I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to just simply imagine that you have a steel beam running through your back, running down your arms, out the ends of your hands, fingertips, and it goes on for infinity in both directions. And it's one of those construction grade I-beams, you know, it's 10 inches thick. It doesn't bend at all anywhere. And you're part of that beam. You're just simply part of it. Okay? So really use your imagination to get into it. Let me know when you can see it.
Okay.
Good. Just focus on that. Okay. Woo! Thank you. That was nice. Now, did you see the difference between him, first round to second round? What did you notice the difference looked like?
His face wasn't as red.
It was almost effortless.
The second time, his face was just calm, right? First time his face was all red and scrunched up. Yeah?
The first thing is willing to do this too. Like,
Yeah. What did you see the second time?
it was just
Open-handed.
yeah.
Okay, great. What was it? What did it feel like to you?
Felt like you weren't trying as hard the second time.
Would you believe me when I tell you I was actually trying harder the second time? I was. Yeah. Yeah. I don't pull punches on this one. I was actually pushing harder and I made less progress.
Your face was much more expression.
So yeah, I'm always amazed. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so now you're going to try this with your partner, both of you, both directions. Okay, so somebody will say, I'll go first. Put your arms out to the side, and just a couple of safety things to think about. One is make sure your palms are up toward the ceiling, because we found that when palms are down, really, really interesting noises come out of this spot. So that's the first thing, palms up. Then remember, you've got, come here a second. You've got one hand under the wrist, one hand on the bicep. And the idea behind the hand on the bicep is to isolate the elbow. Relax. So I could do this. It's to keep the shoulder safe. Because what we're not trying to do is this. right? We don't want him to be fighting with the shoulder. We want him to be able to stay relaxed, but it's just the elbow. Okay, shoulder's not a great joint for this activity. Yeah? So I'd like you to try it both ways, and then switch roles. And really get that vision in your head of the beat, because that's critical. You're just simply part of it, that's all. You're not resisting anything. All right? Pair up, try it, and then we'll collect some data and see how it goes.
Not both times, but I should do one thing. Yeah.
The first time you're resisting, you're fighting them back the first time.
Like me.
You're not trying to bend it, you're going to fight it. You're not going to let it go. Come on, man, don't let her do it. Don't fight
Wow.
He's a bee.
Now,
He's a bee.
Okay, yep.
I'm ready. I really want to swing.
last time I heard it.
You both gone?
No.
Switch and try it. Go ahead.
Put yourself as a bee.
Tell me if you're ready.
Do you need me to go over this or you're good? Yeah. Like sore neck.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I felt like my arm went up a little bit more.
I feel like your shoulder.
That's what I feel like.
All right, everybody got it both ways? Okay, cool. So let's have one conversation here, and let's gather some data here. So what I'd like you to speak about first is, what was it like for you between the first round and the second round when you were the one with your arms out? What was that contrast like?
Felt more relaxed, like
Ah,
I didn't have to put as much energy into it.
second round, it felt easier?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Good. Others?
I think the first round was like purely physical, like I was just physically trying to make it not happen. The second one, I really like centered myself and was able to put everything behind it, just like, no.
I'm a beam. You can't.
So it felt less physical to you,
Yeah.
less muscular in a way. Yeah? Good. What else?
Didn't feel, I wasn't thinking about my joint. Like I wasn't thinking about keeping it straight.
Yeah. You were thinking about,
With me.
you're just part of it, right? It's something much bigger than you, and you just belong to it. Yeah? Good. How about when you were the person who was lifting? What did you notice first round and second round? What did it feel like for you?
I was afraid I was going to hurt them.
Yeah? Because you were really putting some force into it.
Well, Scott's a pretty strong guy, so both are very difficult for me, but the first time I felt like a little bit more easy.
Yep, yep.
The second time I had no chance.
Yeah. Was that a consistent experience in each of the pairs? Yeah. What's so fascinating to me about this is that it seems to work, even when you've seen it demoed and we've talked about what's going on. How do you explain that, though, really? Nobody left and went to the gym in between the first round and the second round. So what's going on? In what way? Yeah, what's the mental piece? What's the component? What's that mean, center?
It's focused. It's like more vision driven than more physical.
Okay.
First one was like, basically like the winner and the loser.
Ah,
So
yeah.
it's like, I'm not going to let him win my arms, like he's trying.
Yeah.
Trying to win my first time. Second time, it was
So the first time you're playing not to lose really. You're trying to prevent something you don't want to have happen from happening,
Yeah.
which is, I will not let this person bend my arm, period, right? It's in a sense, that's what the whole reactive mind is structured around. The reactive mind wants stability and wants the status quo, so we know how to be successful using controlling, protecting, and complying. You know, those talents and skills we developed, and we figured out how do we fit in with our organization, and our family, and our society, and our schooling, and so forth, to be who we need to be and who we're wanted to be. And whenever something sort of gets in and upsets that, we want to set it right. Right now, we're not going to let, nope, that's not going to happen. Conflict arises, nope, take that away. Start to fail a little bit in getting something done, nope, going to double down, make sure it happens. Can't risk having anything get upset. So it's like, no. Now, this creative, instead of avoiding what I don't want and pursuing what I do want, that's a fundamentally different mindset. I am the being. All I want to do is be the being. That shifts everything. Like, how many of you noticed that instead of your energy being focused here, you felt more of your body get activated? Did you feel core? There's a sense in which you don't need to tell it how to do that. The body knows. When you think of a being like this, it brings into play a lot more muscle recruitment all throughout your system. Because you're part of something bigger. This is one of the powers of the purposeful and visionary piece that would be on the mat if the mat were here, it'd be right over there, is that when we have a common picture about what we're trying to do and who we are, resources from our system just start to show up in ways that are almost magical. People show up, ideas show up, we find ways to do things we couldn't otherwise, and it feels like almost not effortless, but less effortful. Does that make sense? So if you could imagine, like this is like you could run an entire seminar on this move right here. The secret to life. How to get more done with less effort. I mean, really. You got more done and it was easier for you when you moved into the creative mind as opposed to the reactive mind. And that's the energetic difference. Less energetic costs, more productivity. So that's it. That's the point of the activity. It just gives you that sense of, oh wow, I've had an experience now. How can I replicate being the being? What does that mean today? You know, I don't know if you've ever sat around in the morning before you come into work and said, how do I want to be the being? But, you know, that might not be a bad way to think about getting prepped for a day's worth of meetings and challenges, is to say, what's my vision for how I want to show up in this moment? Right? In this conversation, in that decision. And if you have that picture in mind, you're so much more at peace and so much more productive. So that's my invitation to you. Thanks.